The district's annual overnight arts festival, Mayor Muriel Bowser Presents Art All Night, is back this year to kick off the fall festival season. Art All Night is a 2-night event that celebrates the district's performing, visual, and for the first time, culinary arts with the addition of Dine All Night. The free festival will be held across all 8 wards on September 29th and 30th from 7 p.m. to 3 a.m. More than 100 local artists and over 50 local restaurants and 20 main streets and business improvement districts are participating. Visit dcartallnight.org to map out your experience for the festival and for more information.
Today on CityCast DC, we are so excited to celebrate our 1-year anniversary with you all here at this taping at Sonny's Pizza. And with humidity finally ebbing, we are eagerly looking forward to fall festivities. There are a lot of fall fairs in this area with pumpkin picking and hay rides and dressing up and getting scared. And nobody does that better than Chelsea Cirruzzo, my Politico colleague. She knows these fairs well. She is here to help us break down which ones are worth your time. Today is Monday, September 25th. I'm Michael Schaefer.
And I'm Bridget Todd.
And this is CityCast DC.
Okay, well, how many of y'all have gone to any of the fall fairs that DC has to offer, or the area has to offer? Yes, some. Chelsea, in addition to being Politico's health reporter, you're also a fall fairs, what would you call it, like expert?
Sure, enthusiast. I love fall. Like my wardrobe is fall. Like I just, everything about fall is great to me. It's not as hot.
Yeah, fall is my favorite season in DC.
We've had a long conversation about
This
this.
psychopath, his favorite season is summer.
Yeah, no.
It's
boo.
what separates the true Washingtonians from the Aravistes.
I am not a true Washingtonian then. Get on my grave. Is fall your favorite season in DC?
Yes, absolutely. It's so nice.
What's your second favorite?
Spring.
What's your least favorite?
Winter?
All right.
I like summer. It's just hot. I'm hot. I'm over it. I'm hot.
The thing that's fun about fall for me in DC is I feel like people are more like contemplative on the streets. Like everyone's, the second that a chill hits the air in DC, everybody's busting out their good pea coat they've been waiting to wear. And they're doing the scarf on the outside of the coat, you know, and like walking around like an out of work theater critic or something, like just pontificating. I love it.
So you made this point when we did a whole episode about this, which you can still hear in our archives. But you made this point that's actually stuck with me, and I think it was a really good one, which is like, if you're in like, you know, Minnesota or Chicago or something, spring is this amazing thing because it's been miserable for so long and suddenly everyone can be outside. And for you, fall in Washington is like that. That after months of like enforced being inside and air conditioning, all of a sudden you can break out the pea coat.
Yes. Okay, so let's talk about some of our favorite fall festivals generally. So one big category here is Renaissance fairs and history-based events. Chelsea, is this something that you know a little something about?
Yes, I love the Renaissance Fair. I think it's so fun. It's very nerdy. If you like D&D, these are your people, all right? And you could go to Maryland. It's so fun. You should go.
I have to say, I did creep on your Twitter and I saw a picture of you pinned at the Renaissance Fair and you looked amazing.
Thank you. Oh my God, I love it. I work on my outfit like, I don't want to say all year, but
what's
close.
Your outfit?
Well, it changes. Okay, it's Renaissance Fair, but I would say people dress like medieval, or like fantasy. I don't know.
That's anachronistic.
Well,
it's not the anachronism fair.
Well,
they're not going to throw you out.
To be fair, I feel like the point, how do I say this? I feel like the point is to look hot, but medieval, you know?
Right? Are y'all out there going to Ren fairs? I'm getting a lot of like Renaissance
looking
fair
hot.
love. Looking hot, but medieval? Is this the vibe?
Yes,
okay.
thank you.
I gotta get to.
But why don't they call it the medieval fair?
I don't know. I don't think it sounds as good. Like, who wants to go to the medieval fair? Like in, you know, Renaissance fair.
So I learned this from Priyanka, who told me this earlier. You could actually get married at the Renaissance Fair, but it is like a hot ticket. So if you want to get married at the Ren Fair, you have to have like put in your ask, months prior because it sells out because it's such a hot ticket for weddings.
Oh my God, my fiance's over there looking at me like, maybe.
Do they have like Renaissance monks or something who perform the nups?
Maybe I'm gonna have to find out. But they do have performances. It is so cool. They have like jousting, and it's like a whole show. So you like return throughout the day as the storyline progresses, and like you can see different knights and you can root for them. And then one thing I love is like Shakespeare in 20 minutes. They do a 20-minute long Shakespeare show, which is very fun. Yeah, there's like pretty much something for everyone. You could do axe throwing, you could do bow and arrow, you could be in the stocks if you really want to. So it's a lot of exciting stuff. Yeah, if that's what you want, do that. And there's lots of food.
Do you have any tips on how to source a good costume?
Ooh, that's a good question. So while you're there, you can buy a costume. It's a little bit more expensive. So Etsy is your friend, especially local makers would be great. So that's what I normally look for. I do feel like a lot of women's clothes these days are like leaning into like the corset and like cottagecore. So like go for it. Abercrombie, I'm sure has something for you. Yeah.
So if you're interested in checking out the Maryland Renaissance Festival, it goes from 10 a.m. to 7 in October. The tickets are around $30 and it's about an hour drive from DC.
Yeah.
Anything to add on the Renaissance festivals?
I'll see you there. Come say hi to me. We can have mead or something. I don't know.
So moving a little bit forward in history.
Yes, a little bit.
You've said there's that Mount Vernon thing going on.
That's always a cool one to visit. It's a nice time of year to visit the estate. It's pretty beautiful. So that is a cool option as well.
And you can meet George Washington.
You could. And also I think Martha is there as well. Martha, yes.
A leading Renaissance figure himself.
Yes. I wonder who you get that job, to be honest. Maybe that's what I'll do one day, be Martha.
Maybe that could be your costume.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, it's Mike here. If you have been listening to this podcast since the beginning, you have heard me talk about Car Care to Go before. Well, they just changed their name to Roda, R-O-D-A, but it is still the same great service. It's made exactly for folks like me who forget about an oil change until the blinking light reminds them, and then forget about it again after I go to the local garage and find out that they're busy. Roda simplifies all that. You make an appointment, they pick up your ride, and they bring it back a few hours later with the oil change, the wipers replaced, or any of the other hundreds of services they offer completed. I got a freebie the first time, but the price is pretty good even without it. They're accessible all over DC, and their work is covered by a great warranty to give you peace of mind. Instead of sitting in a waiting room drinking bad coffee, why not sit at home and drink your own coffee while they do the work? Get your first oil change for just $20.23. That's 2023, get it? With the code HEYDC20. That's HEYDC20. Sign up at Roda.com, that's RODA.com, with the code HEYDC20. Hey, parents! Celebrate the joy of early learning with your little one at DC Public Library's annual Starfest. That's Saturday, September 30th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the MLK Library downtown. STAR stands for Sing, Talk, and Read, which are 3 key early literacy practices that will help your child grow into a confident learner. At this year's Starfest, you'll learn how you can add STAR practices to your daily routine. You'll also enjoy singing and dancing to live music, playing fun games, and more. At Starfest, DC families with young children can also sign up for the Books from Birth program to get a free book delivered to your home each month. Don't miss this year's Starfest on Saturday, September 30th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the MLK Library. Learn more at dclibrary.org/star. That's dclibrary.org/STAR. Coming soon to Cleveland Park in DC, the Loggia Towns at Uptown Plaza, which is a boutique collection of 4 brand new townhomes, with no 2 of them being alike. Located at Connecticut and Newark, each home features 2 to 3 bedrooms and dedicated outdoor space. Sales start in October. Visit uptownplazadc.com to join the VIP list and be the first to know when pre-sale commences. Again, that's uptownplazadc.com, UPTOWNPLAZADC.com. Sales and marketing by Urban Pace.
Okay, so something that I love is I love spooky things. I love horror movies. I'm obsessed with anything spooky, scary skeletons, all of it. So something that DC does, or the DC area does offer in terms of spooky fall fun, is Markov's Haunted Forest. Has anyone been there or listened to the episode we did live from there?
Oh,
Okay,
one person.
snaps to that. We all went. I'll say this. I underestimated how scary it would be. Like, I would not recommend taking somebody under the age of like 12 or 13. Like, it is genuinely scary. There were times where I went into it being like, this isn't gonna be that scary. And by the end, we were running for our lives, like truly running and screaming. I'm really glad we went to the bathroom ahead of time. I'll just say that. Have you been there?
No, I'm a baby. I can't. I don't want to be scared. But I am this year really interested for like less scary, but like similarly maybe history focused. The Congressional Cemetery does soul strolls. Tickets are on sale now. I'm trying to get my friends to buy with me. But they talk about the inhabitants of the cemetery, and it's at night. It's a little scary, but it's also very informative because a lot of really cool people are buried there. So it's like a cool way to hang out in the cemetery at night and learn.
Can you tell me the name of someone buried there?
Well, Marion Barry's buried there.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Oh, John Philip Sousa.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gang's all here.
And the gang is all here. Yeah, it's so cool. It's really cool.
Nice. Okay, what about if you wanted something that was more kid-friendly? Like being chased by chainsaws and the corpse of Marion Barry might not be the best thing to do with your family. What do you got?
I would go to Butler's Orchard for their pumpkin picking. I think Homestead also does something similar, which is really fun. Just like fun to like pick pumpkins and go in the corn maze. The corn mazes are shockingly hard for an adult. Like, I don't know where I am, but they do have kid versions. So I like doing those. Those are really fun. Also, just like fall is just such a great time of year just to like go around in our area. Like Rock Creek Park is amazing. Like I distinctly remember like walking through Rock Creek Park listening to Folklore by Taylor Swift, and it's like, wow, like she wrote this for me.
I have to ask, Chelsea, why fairs? Why are you like, when you're not reporting on health stuff, why is fairs what does it for you?
Well, I like to be seen. Like I do have a lot of nice outfits for fall. So like I dressed up.
What do you wear to the farms?
Oh, well, maybe not the farms, but like when I'm at like a fair, you know, I have like my little like velvety skirt, I have tights, I have a turtleneck. Oh my God, it's like great. Maybe a headband, like lots of possibility.
So you're very
Boots.
interested in being perceived. Like you're like, I want to be perceived right now.
Maybe not right now because I'm really sweaty, but when I'm not sweaty, it's fall. This is so great. But also, I don't know, it's just like you said, you become like a different person in the fall. You have your coffee, you have your coat. Like it is just, it's so nice.
What is that, The Onion article headline that's
Mr.
like,
Autumn
Mr.
Man.
Autumn walking around with his coffee and his sweater.
Yeah, I'm Mrs. Autumn. Like, yeah. Also, like, I mean, it's just like a beautiful time around here, and like I said, it's just not as hot. You have nothing less to complain about, and you can enjoy being out with friends. You know, enjoy just like getting into like the seasonal produce, and just like it's cozy. It's fun.
Gourds.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Exactly.
We love it. Okay.
Do you cook with gourds or just decorate with them?
I decorate. I
we
can't
cook.
cook. Oh.
They're not for decoration in our house, they're for eating. Okay, so we're meant to take a vote on which of these categories represents DC best, or that the DMV area does best. So we need all of y'all's help to do this properly. So we talked about 3 different types of fall events: farms, spooky fairs, and historical fairs like the Renaissance Fair. So I'm gonna say each one, and y'all can clap and let us know which you think DC does the best, or is the most quintessential DC, yeah? Okay, so give it up for farms. Oh, okay. We've got some agriculture enthusiasts in the house. Give it up for spooky fairs. Ooh, okay. Great. Give it up for historical fairs. I think we have a clear winner.
Oh my God, this is like a bunch
wild.
of nerds. Yes.
Wait, why are you so surprised by this?
I don't know. I feel like the essence of the fall fair is like celebrating the harvest, which is like a little
Exactly.
ridiculous for the people in this room, since I don't think, I'm just going to go on a limb here, I don't think any of y'all have been harvesting much
We
this
are
lifetime.
at the Renaissance Fair. We are celebrating the harvest then.
But that's not the stuff you planted.
No,
Unless you
but
have a lucrative
I have an
sideline.
outfit, and I feel like I'm part of it.
It's really the key thing.
It's the outfit.
It's the outfits.
Well, Bridget, you, if I recall, you are an anti-fairite. Is this true?
I didn't want to say this, but yes, I am.
Wow.
I didn't hear me out. Here's why. Because I feel like I get there and I'm like, it's gonna be great. And then as soon as I get there, I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom. And also I want a snack. And also my feet hurt. And also like, kind of want to go home. Like as soon as I get there, I immediately am thinking about how I would rather be doing something else. No offense to any fairs.
Chelsea, can you say anything to convert her?
Oh, okay. So, imagine this. You're at the Maryland State Fair, and you're really hot, and it's been a long day, and your feet hurt, but you walk into the area where they have all the produce, and you see the biggest pumpkin in Maryland right in front of you. It is so cool. Please go. I love it.
I have to say, that might turn it around for me. You've painted
Yes.
a very good portrait.
Yeah.
It's much better than the biggest pumpkin in West Virginia.
Exactly. It's the biggest pumpkin in Maryland.
Okay, Chelsea, so if anybody goes to any of these fairs and they see you, are they cool to come up and say, hey, you're Chelsea, who loves the fairs?
Yes, but you have to tell me I look nice, please.
That is an order. Chelsea, thank you so much for being here.
Of course. Thanks so much for having me.
See you at the fair.
Yep, see you there.
And listener, don't go anywhere. In just a second, we've got a segment sponsored by Urban Pace with CityCast CEO David Plotz in conversation with the developer of Kite House at the Parks.
Hi, I'm CityCast CEO David Plotz, here to bring you the first installment of our monthly House and Home segment presented by Urban Pace Real Estate. Today, I'm here with Jonathan Quince, the developer of Kite House. Kite House is a beautiful condo building up in Tacoma, D.C., really close to Rock Creek Park. I have been watching this development at the parks at Walter Reed for years. I'm so excited. I'm really excited to talk to you, Jonathan. Welcome to CityCast.
Thank you, David. I'm excited to talk to you too.
Jonathan, Kite House is on the site that was originally Walter Reed Army Medical Center, right? So how does the Parks at Walter Reed community pay tribute to that history?
So honoring the history of the site was probably our core design philosophy. It drove every decision that we made before we even commenced designing any of the buildings that were on site. And that begins with both the overall massing and design of the buildings, right down to the material selections, what goes on the exterior of the buildings, down to how do the windows look. And then this philosophy extends through to the use of open space to maintain the views of the historic buildings, that we're correctly honoring them as the landmarks that they are in the city.
It is such a beautiful spot in the city. I'm so glad you guys are building there. So, Jonathan, you were talking before we started taping about the garage at Kite House and how proud you were of the garage. People are not usually proud of a garage. Why are you proud of your garage?
It's probably the accomplishment I'm most proud of, and that is that we actually reused the existing below-grade garage underneath the Kite House. And by reusing the garage and not constructing a new garage, we've embodied the same amount of carbon as you would by taking 10,000 cars off the roads for a year.
That's amazing. With Kite House specifically, what size apartments are we talking about? What is the price range of those apartments?
So, David, the residences are 1 to 3 bedrooms, and they're priced from the mid 300s to just over $1 million. Some of the units are eligible for the district's affordable housing program. And so for any of your listeners who are interested, I would strongly encourage that they reach out to the district's housing authorities and see if they're eligible for an affordable unit.
So what are some of the benefits to living up in the parks community? What are the best spots to hang out or grab dinner at?
I think that the campus has some amazing open spaces. It's unique in DC. The Great Lawn in particular is a historic element that has survived from the original hospital. And we have really lent into that as our event space for the campus. There is year-round programming that's hosted up here, including concerts. We have theatrical performances and holiday celebrations, and then smaller scale events like our complimentary yoga classes that are offered spring through the fall. We're only half a mile from Tacoma and the Tacoma metro station and the fantastic downtown that is Tacoma. And then I think in terms of the dining in particular, we have a bunch of really exciting restaurants coming to the campus. I particularly love ramen. I'm very excited for when Junior opens.
Oh, yeah.
Any day now.
That place is great.
And then of course, nothing beats the convenience of having a Whole Foods at your front door as well.
How big is the Great Lawn?
I actually don't know. It's about the size of a football field.
Oh my God, that's enormous. Aside from the cool neighborhood, why should CityCast DC listeners choose to buy at Kite House specifically?
So all the residences have particular sophisticated finishes. We have herringbone backsplashes, Bosch appliances, wide plank flooring. And then the design element that I particularly enjoy is there's an abundance of natural light within the residences. We have lofty 6-foot windows, and then most of the residences have either a private terrace or a private balcony. And then outside of your residence, but within the building, we still have some great amenities. There's a hospitality-inspired lobby with a separate co-working space. There's a premium fitness studio with a separate yoga and meditation room. There's a club room that's outfitted with some soft seating, cafe tables, library. And then that club room actually opens up onto our outdoor entertaining terrace, which has its own dining area, grill stations, lounge seating, and a great location for hosting an outdoor party.
So if our listeners want to learn more about Kite House, where should they look?
The first place they should go is to kitehousedc.com. And then if they're interested in the parks at Walter Reed generally, then they can go to theparksdc.com. We have our events calendar there. Perhaps if you're in the market to rent a unit instead of purchase a unit, we also have links to other housing that's available.
Jonathan Quince, developer of Kite House, thanks for being here. Again, check out kitehousedc.com to learn more. We'll have that link for you in our show notes as well, so you're just a click away. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, David.
If you want to learn more about Kite House, the parks at Walter Reed, or Urban Pace, make sure to check out our show notes. They are doing a lot of cool work. And before you go, here is some quick news. The use of electronic cigarettes and marijuana has nearly doubled for students in Prince William County compared to before the pandemic. Several other school systems in the area have reported similar trends. Additionally, Prince George's County Public Schools just got $2.3 million from a legal settlement with Juul over the company's marketing. The schools will use the funds to fight youth vaping and nicotine addiction. Also, officials had to delay the Anacostia River public swim yet again, this time because of severe weather on Saturday. It's the second time the event has been postponed. The last delay was because storms caused a sewage overflow into the river. The event should be rescheduled for the spring. And finally, Councilmember Janice Lewis-George is proposing a bill to create a brand new D.C. office responsible for maintaining parks and forest areas. Supporters say this investment will help tackle crime by sprucing up neglected parts of the city. And that's all for today here on CityCast DC. If you enjoyed the show, why not throw your own fare and tell everyone about it? We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Bye.
Do you think you'll get married there?
Oh, God, I don't know.
Have your fiance
That would
here.
be kind
Let's
of
dig
funny.
in.
No, stay over there. Do not.